Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com. On today's Duel Review, it's Trigun the anime. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's get to it.
Welcome to Thursday the 22nd of March. We are doing Trigun, the anime.
That's right. 1998. It is a Madhouse production, and Animax and Funimation brought it to light.
You should be watching.
Yeah, I hate that logo.
Yeah.
So anyway, Trigun is one of those iconic animes. Everybody who has any inkling in anime knows Vash's outfit. His red coat with like the strappy thing.
Yeah, and he's got the
black
blonde hair,
arm and, and the spiky blonde hair.
Big,
and the,
huge handgun.
Yeah, and usually the yellow glasses.
With the lightning bolt thing or whatever,
the
jagged.
W's in the side. Anyway, so Trigun, it is a solid anime. It's definitely dated now. I mean, the music is kind of old. It is kind of hammy.
Especially in the beginning.
There's a reason for it, but yes, it is very, like all the time. But it is very interesting, and it has lots of iconic characters that you'll never forget, and that you see a lot. I mean, just strange stuff, too, like, the neon guy, the guy's, like, he's part of the Bad Lads. And he has all the neon stuff on him. He's got big shoulder pads. And, anyway, we'll get to that. So the story follows Vash the Stampede. Well, here's the thing: is like the first 4 or 5 episodes, you don't know who Vash the Stampede is really. You don't know who this character is necessarily. But we all know.
It's kind of misdirected for the people in the series.
And
because
he's got all this lore around him. Then they're he's 20 feet tall and he's got a mohawk and whatever. Yeah. And they're also guys that are hunting Vash the Stampede because there are $60 billion on his head that people mistake for Vash, especially if they're wearing red, that sort of thing. But anyway, so Vash is this like legendary. He becomes labeled the human, he is the typhoon. Human typhoon, but he's like the first human disaster or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they officially to get away from insurance, and that's how you kind of get introduced to some of these characters is Millie and
the tall broad.
Yeah, are doggone it. They are. Employees of an insurance company, and they're trying to. It's Merrill and Millie. Are trying to locate Vash the Stampede in order to circumvent the damage he does. Because every city he goes
not just circumvent, but I guess catalog it so that people can't falsely accuse someone else. Like their building goes down. And says, oh my God, Vash the Stampede! No, it wasn't Vash the Stampede. It was a real typhoon or something like that. So they have to catalog what Vash does. In order to properly
it's negate liability, but at the same time they are liable. That's why they end up calling him the first ever
human disaster,
because they're like
natural disaster. Natural disaster.
It's like an act of God. We can't be responsible.
Wherever he goes, disaster follows.
Anyway, so Merrill and Millie they in a roundabout way find out who Vash the Stampede is, and they become friends more or less. In fact, almost romantically later. But Vash he's known for being a womanizer. Like he levels entire cities and on and on and on.
Well, technically, it's not him who levels.
Right. He is kind of a simp when it comes to like girls and whatever. He's always after the pretty face, and he doesn't really fight. He more like avoids.
Yes.
And so it turns out to be more than that. Like he's really not supposed to take life, like he was told, asked by whatever. I don't want to get it too much into the story because there is some fun story.
Yes, there's actually a lot of fun story.
But he won't kill, but he has his gun and he has extraordinary reflexes and he's not
precision.
And he's not human. So that's really all you need to know going into it if you haven't experienced it already. There is a manga that goes along with it that is fairly popular for sure.
Yeah.
And there's a movie that neither of us has watched. I didn't even know, honestly, there was.
We were at Best Buy today and we saw. We're like, "There's a Trigun movie."
Yeah, so I'm kind of sad I didn't watch that before this, but The anime is a solid anime, though it is dated, like I said. I don't know what else is. I mean, the characters is just what I keep thinking of. Like, I keep thinking of Wolfwood, who's the priest who carries this big cross around, and the cross has like various weapons in it and stuff, and actually is a weapon itself. And he's part of this, sect, but later he becomes part of the gun. I forget the term. They're like gun brothers or whatever, who aren't human. See, that's what I never understood, is that he is human, but yet he was part of that when everybody else is not human.
Right.
But anyway, they're all these badasses, basically, and they all have their own different tropes, there are different things. One of them's a sniper, one of them's someone that can hypnotize you and then, like, move her position really quick so you think that she's just, like, disappearing and reappearing, like, teleporting, but really she's hypnotizing you so that you can move around. Anyway, and so he slowly kind of encounters these and defeats them one by one, kind of thing, without lethal means.
Do you want to bring up the brother?
Oh, well, yeah. The brother, basically, you find out that Vasha Stampede has a brother named Knives, and they were born together as non-humans, two humans who were trying to repopulate, well, basically salvage life from Earth and populate another planet. So there's a whole bunch of stuff around that. And the two brothers kind of divide. One of them sees humanity as important and one does not.
Right.
That's kind of the cliche bit of it.
Yeah.
Is that there's a good and evil brother, kind of thing.
And Knives always wanted his brother Vash to kind of join him and,
until the end.
Join the dark side.
But I don't really find much else very cliche, honestly.
Oh, in the series? No, yeah. It's I think it was one of the most refreshing things I've watched back in the day.
And I do really like Vash's style.
Yeah.
And he does have this thing where it goes into really hammy anime stuff. But some of that you learn is like to diffuse situations and to take away from his terrible past kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of understandable. It does get grating on me a little bit.
It's funny to see him like run away.
Where he's like, whoa! Like it's the little, upside down moons or whatever for eyes and just, and pretty girls and all that stuff. But there's a lot of characters. It is very episodic, but they do relate. So it's fun to watch. And it's a post-apocalyptic world. Well, it's not really post-apocalyptic. It's a barren desert planet.
Right. And I think this was one of the first media to do the Western with the cyborg people and
I would agree with that.
All that
there's
other
some
stuff.
Wacky stuff in here. Yes. I mean, there's people like children that are as tall as a building. Like their dads, like one of them, like the dad's riding around on his son,
right? And
then they kind of switch it, and one of the daughters is riding around on her mom, kind of thing. And so it's just kind of this weird. They have like these weird heads with like frontal lobes that are like just weird. But it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It is a lot of fun, and you're kind of once you learn that Vash is not going to kill, so now you're like wondering how's he going to get out of it? What is he going to do? Who's going to come to his aid? And a lot of his enemies do end up dead, but never by his hand, except for in one situation. But yeah, and then Millie and Merrill are kind of a fun interjection. Like I don't really like is it Merrill? Right, Merrill Derringer. All her derringers in her coat and stuff.
Oh, I thought that was cool.
Well, that part I didn't mind, but she's the goody two shoe, like it annoys me.
I don't know. I thought that
I like Millie because she's kind of dumb-witted,
and she's got this Gatling gun.
Yeah, she has this like stun gun, Gatling gun thing, and she's very black and white kind of thing. Like she lets her heart run her her life. Her decisions are made like. You shouldn't do that, and she just goes with it. She doesn't really reason, whereas Millie's always, Merrill's always trying to
They definitely have a great dynamic. I do love those two characters, and I totally love the pistols in the thing, because when she jumps, you see...
Well, that I like, I'm saying, cool. But I don't like her character, because she's just a wet blanket. She's just...
Yeah, but I think that's what that contrasts...
it just makes me like...
Millie.
Yeah, that's what makes me like Millie more, but... Anyway, yeah. What else? I mean, it's the first time that I can remember seeing kind of that aesthetic, like strappy, which is kind of now steampunkish.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, the thin sleeves with the
I guess it would
straps.
be his left arm, but it's like just a black leather sleeve with straps around it, and there's some fun stuff to be had there. I mean, he's a very lanky guy. It's very stylized. But then we get the preacher who's kind of the stereotypical, like he reminds me of Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop.
Well, you get a lot of people remind you of him.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, blue suit, and he's always he walks with his shoulders back. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of lazily with his hands in his pockets, kind of thing. But anyway,
it's a great anime. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you haven't. It's on Netflix.
Yes, it is.
It's on Netflix, so you really should check it out. Again, it is a great series, and we don't know much about the movie. I really didn't know that there was one. The manga I know is really good. We'd have to check out the movie.
Yeah, there's some weirdness to the end of the story that it never really is explained. You just kind of have to take it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't ruin it.
No, not at all.
And I think once you get past the first couple episodes, I think you'll comfortable glove, put right on and just keep watching.
Right.
That's it. That's Trigun. There was a game, but it's not really noteworthy. Unfortunately, a lot of anime games are not.
No. Have you played the Vampire Hunter D one? That was bad. Record.
No, I haven't, but I don't want to.
Okay.
All right. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Tell us what you think.
If you're going to Emerald City Comic Con, please let us know. When you get to Emerald City Comic Con, please buy his card game. Say hi to us, too. And as always, leave comments. I love to answer them, in mostly a comical fashion.
I'm going to get him to do a little song that he can sing at the end. Please leave comments. I love them, love them, love them. I eat them for breakfast. They make me big and strong.
Sounds good. I like that.
Yes! Oh!
Yes, you had me distracted with the song. I was entranced like a siren. You were like...
Just not a very good one.
No, but I was heading towards the shore. I could have been crashed on those rocks. Bye!
Our next Duel review is Foolproof, the movie.
I always get too confused. Optometrist and ophthalmologist, right?
I don't know what the difference is. Just like psychologist, psychiatrist. One of them has a degree, one of them prescribes drugs.
Well, no. I guess. One of them is the one who fits your glasses, or, cuts the lenses and fits it, while the other one is the one who examines your eyes and decides your prescription. But I can't remember which one's which. I always forget that. I have to go to the optometrist. You mean ophthalmologist? I don't know.
As long as they're not pathologists. Because that would mean you're crazy.
Maybe I am. I'm working with you, ain't I?
Oh, zing. Dick. Okay. That was kind of an awkward one. On today's Duel review, Trigun. I'm Martin.
And I'm Nick.
Radia. I don't know. On today's Duel review, it's Trigun the anime. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's get to it.
Ciao! Ciao! Doop 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 doop. Ring 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 ring. Banana phone. Ding dong ding dong ding. Banana phone. I got this feeling. It's so appealing. It's the best. Beats the rest. Something 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 something. International banana phone. Something about calling Beijing, Jing, Jing. Oh no, don't need quarters, don't need dimes to have a real good time. Right?
Am I recording that?
What?
Oh, I am.
Oh, you are? Wow, you got me singing Banana Phone.